The chimes of the buttons thump his core like thunder in a fierce storm, hastily throbbing his heart when he reluctantly pushes the last key. The clanging jingle raises the hair in his arms as he sadly anticipates malice from the receiver. Hello? Hey Joy. Please don't hang up. The voice better not belong to who I think it belongs to. It does, please hear me. He welcomes the abrupt tolling of the cutting call, tailed by absolute silence. Then the quiet is unsettled by the distant clangor from outside. It's a Saturday night. The city calls upon its hosts to feed their urges, and they flood the streets like bees mass their hive. The stranger is usually among the crowds lingering the night streets, drowning in the heady fluid that momentarily bury his worries, but they can't stay buried. His many hurdles don't affect him, but one among them is a bogey that haunts his sober mind, hence it doesn't stay sober for long. It's been tormenting him since it molded 26 years ago. Tonight it's worsening, divesting him a summit with his intoxicating companion and depriving him of sleep. The guilt haunts him, yielding the desire to mend his mistakes, an unfamiliar feeling contradictory to his character. The city of grace is fit for a hooligan like him. The lost seek refuge in this mystified city, losing all morality, as they get consumed by its degeneracy. The stranger is one of the city's herald of chaos, enduring its fall to complete turmoil. Disarray has become a normality, and they have grown to admire it. He is unknown, but those who know his deeds can't attest them to the communal. His lasting problem lives outside the city. He has to leave to resolve it. The understanding that he has to depart his familiar territory bothers him. The city is a chaotic haven that appeases his warped character. He sits at the edge of the bed, with his hands covering the face. He contemplates the probable solutions for when he confronts the dilemma. Damn! What the hell am I even going to say to him, or her? He spurts the words as he legates the bed. The clock strikes 10:15. He puts on his clothes and leaves the apartment. The cold wind blows starkly and spears his coat, stinging the skin and freezing his body. His lips shiver briskly as he feels the wrath of winter. His thumb gets numb from the cold. He has been flapping it at the countless cars and not one has stopped. Public transport stopped working 3 hours ago. He is trying to hike his way to the destination. The city's reputation exhort fear. Henceforth no one dares to stop and pick up a stranger at night. His head slouched down in disappointment, only to be lifted up moments later. A car gently approaches, scolding his sight with bright lights, leaving his eyes bemused. It halts next to him. It has no apparent color, just a dull brown caused by erosion, and it blasts sudden blows from the engine, just a wreck seemingly brewed from a scrapyard. He expects carnage when the window rolls down, but is met with oddity. Bro, where are you going? Show gents, I'm headed to Parker Town, can you help? Your ancestors are at work to help your cause, that's exactly where we're going. Let's go. All right. Relief overcomes him, warming his cold heart and body. What's in Parker Town this late at night? Just a small obstacle I have to crack. What about you? Our obstacle needs unearthing instead of cracking. Is your obstacle personal or professional? Very personal. All right. A small personal obstacle that has to be cracked at dusk. We did not just pick up an exterminator for hire, did we? Ha! No, not at all. I'm not for hire. They bust into laughter as the journey prolongs. A cold night turns into balminess frenzied by hilarity. My name is Sam, and that's Manny at the back, my partner in crime. And I'm... Wait, the scandalous Manier and Sam? Oh. You know us? Anyone who resides in Grace knows about the rag raiders Manier and Sam. When did you get out? Exactly a week ago. I must say, I didn't think the day would come. 10 years felt like 10,000, a year 1,000, and a month a year. That place is hell, the food, the walls, the guards, everything made me frantic. Perhaps it wasn't the place I despised but the urge to clench the treasure I left outside. It felt like eternity and I longed freedom for a long time, and I mean real freedom, one we'll hopefully find in Parker Town. Freedom and Parker Town shouldn't be in the same sentence, it's a dump. The raiders spurred hysterical laughter, laughing harder than before, as though the stranger is an oblivious buffoon. Did you monitor our case back then? Yeah. Then you should remember that they never found the money. We hoarded it in Parker Town, and that's our true freedom. They said you pinched 500,000, is that accurate? That was for the Hill Bank alone, the one we were caught for, but the exact number or all the raids is 1.5 million combined. Damn! That's crazy. Where exactly in Parker Town did you stash the rags? Ha ha! You are prying, are you a cop? Far from it, I'm the literal opposite of a cop. Guess we are all conversant with breaking the law, aren't we? Their monologue is charted by raw stillness and uneasiness raids the space. The awkwardness is smashed by the sudden break of the white noise from the radio, to the relief of all the travelers. A half-vocalized news bulletin emerges from the radio. The Chap Slayer strikes again. 2 men were found in the Grace Harbor in the early hours of September the 4th, both shot in the back of the head. Evidence supports that they were sexually assaulted before they were killed. The police chief says this case's resemblance is uncanny with the unsolved case opened a month ago. She labels the cases as an atrocity to humanity. There are many similar cases from years ago, and the Grace police are still probing for answers. The stranger's eyes gaze statically at the radio, visibly curious of the unexpected news. You seem very interested in the news, mister. What's your name, by the way? I didn't get it. The stranger fiercely grabs the steering wheel. I thought we were not allowed to pry. Huh? What are you doing? Weren't you taught to curb vital information? Particularly from strangers in Grace City. At this juncture anyone is likely a lawless brute. Clearly prison has nullified your instincts. You have forgotten the ways of the city. You see, Sam, a thug has no nobility, only cares for their own schema. You are no different, nor is your partner. I reckon the idea of keeping all the money to yourself intrigues you. That's what kept you going, isn't it? Now it intrigues me, all thanks to your big mouth. Tell me where you stashed the money or I spiral this steering wheel and we all die. The driver abruptly hits the brakes, flinging everyone to the front. The stranger gathers himself quickly. He reaches for the pocket in his coat and takes out a chilly iron that whacks the raiders' hearts. I guess we aren't all gonna die, only the 2 of you. You old bastard. We'll meet our maker before we tell you where the money is. Okay, say hi to whoever he is. Wait. I'll tell you where the money is, under some conditions. Money, what the fuck are you doing? Alright, talk to me. You let me live, we split the money and... Whack him. Oh. What? Manye. Oh come on, I bet you were also plotting my demise. I just found an alternate way for you to meet yours sooner. Hi. The gun yells a loud bang, gobbing out a tiny steel that shatters the driver's head and splatter blood on the window. Holy shit! Now tell me where the money is. I'll show you where it is. The stranger gets close to the raider, firmly presses the gun against his forehead. After all I've said and done, you still trusted my word? We made a deal, so yes. Then you are a fucking chump. Please don't kill me. You easily disregarded someone's life and you are begging me to spare yours? You are funny, tell me where the money is. Please wait. It's buried next to the statue in Parkertown's park. Very well. One more thing, you've been to prison, right? Yeah. Good, I hope your pit is acquainted with a man's natural widget, or else your night is about to get darker. Huh? What? He flings the wrist nearer to his face, and the watch flaunts 1:30 in the a.m. The cold has worsened, his fingers grow gloomier through each knock on the bush door. He persists with the knocking, and finally thuds arise from inside. His stony heart blows wildly, and so luridly he hears his own heartbeats. His mind goes blank, insensible which words he'll utter when the door opens, or what he'll do if she instantly slams it when his face is exposed to hers. He hears footsteps slowly approaching the door, hovering his heart rate as they get closer. Who the hell is it? Get lost before you lose your life. It's me, Charlie. Who's Charlie? Sure, it's me. Please open the door. What do you want from her at this time? Just come back at sunrise. Sunrise is an eternity away. I have been aching to speak to her for 26 years. This can't wait. What? Who really are you? I think I have an idea of who I'm talking to. Just open the door and you'll find out. If you try anything cunning, your ancestors will be pleased to meet you. The door lock shutters. A screeching sound brim out when the door opens. The stranger is met with a deadly steel on his face. Come in, the gun will stay jagged at you. Fair enough, I deserve that. I don't know you, why do you deserve my gun in your face? You look exactly like her. My dear Joy. I have to speak to her, where is she? At work, the hospital needed extra help. She pursued her dream, I see. I hurt her deeply. Oh, it's you. It is. Your name is Charlie, huh? My mother never bothered to tell me your name. She refers to you as the imp, that's who I know you as. I deserve that too. And what is your name? Nancy. That's a divine name fitting the daughter of a saint. The room turns into a graveyard for moments, swelling the tension between the two strangers. Why are you here? You finally grew a conscience after 26 years? I always had it, only towards your mother. I always cared for her, and I always will. Joy is an angel. I didn't deserve her and this world doesn't either. She's worthy of a throne next to God himself. Everything changed when she told me she was pregnant. I deeply examined myself, and I knew I wasn't fit to be a father. I had already tainted Joy and didn't think it was just to taint an innocent child too. I was a coward to elude my demons back then, and they still haunt me to this day. This has been bugging me for 26 years and I couldn't take it anymore. I respect your honesty, but what do you expect me to say? The only sentiment I have towards you is resentment, nothing more. I hate you for what you did. I don't blame you, I'm just glad to have seen my daughter. Perhaps this will mend my faults, he says as he throws a case on the table. What is that? A way out. Out of what? Parkertown, this place is a junk. You and your mother deserve it. Oh my! It's all yours. You can't buy sincere connection. I'm your daughter, but I'll forever be a stranger to you. No amount of money can mend your mistakes. I'd rather struggle at work, knowing I am making a difference in society. I don't accept it. That's true, but it can buy you freedom, true freedom. You can quit whatever exploiting job you're working. I love my job. What job is it? I'm a detective. Oh, interesting. Will you keep the money if I help you catch one of Grace's infamous criminals? I'll make you a hero cop. I reckon that will bring you contentment. I'm listening. I can help you catch the chap slayer, the notorious serial killer and rapist of Grace. I've been begging my boss to put me in one of the cases. Of course I'd love to catch that vile bastard. How will you help me though? Do I have your word that you'll keep the money? I'd dine in hell to catch that monster. Yes, you have my word. I'm the chap slayer. She spurts a gasp loud as a bomb barrage. The shocking news exudes confusion rather than excitement. Her long-lost father she yearned for years is the killer she longed to catch. Her deepest desires have been fulfilled in a single night, and yet they jab a hole in her heart. Her eyes fill up with tears that she denies to discharge. I don't understand what you're saying. You do. Your father is the devil who ditched his child and kills for sport. It's only fair that the child I ditched get the glory for latching the devil. I don't believe you, no way. What evidence do you have? No, you choose not to believe what I'm saying. I killed 2 men tonight, raped one before I shot him. I'll show you where I disposed them. I'll confess all my crimes to you, anything that'll ease the pain I cause. He stands up and yields his hands to her, and her tears finally gush down when she confines him. He mildly murmurs gentle words to her. I'm sorry. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more quirky tales.